Report City coming right back at you guys. Hope you guys are doing all right. Make sure you click the like. Make sure you click the subscribe if you guys are just now tuning in. And shout out to everybody that's going to catch this on the replay. Good morning, everybody. I'm coming broadcasting on a Sunday with some breaking news. Breaking news, everybody. White Afrikaners, right? White Afrikaners are being fast-tracked into the United States expeditiously. This is crazy. Y'all heard me right. White South Afrikaners are being fast-tracked into the United States. Crazy, right? Now, I know what you guys are thinking, right? What about the immigrants that are stuck in years of visa hearings and immigration hearings? We ain't talking about them. These are special people. These are special refugees that we got to get over here, family. White South Afrikaners get an express lane. That's basically what we got right now. We got a VIP lane for white South Afrikaners. This is crazy. It's an exclusive white only program that we got over here. Fuck everybody else, right? Look at all of the other immigrants that have been trying to get over here. And we're in a situation where we are expediting, we are making it okay for these white folks to come on over here under the banner of a refugee resettlement program. This is insane, right? Now, this is what's really going on. This is a pipeline of white Christians getting pumped into America. Nobody's talking about that shit. That's what's really going on. They're creating a pipeline of white Christians, good morning, to come in and pretty much have their the voting interests. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Flights are booked. The paperwork is being processed. Doors are open wide for these folks. You know what I'm saying? And this is under the claim of genocide. This is some shit that I can't even get over. Genocide is what they're claiming. White genocide is what they're claiming in South Africa. So I'm just going to run through a couple of clips that I thought was crazy that led us up to this situation. Good morning to everybody. Make sure you guys hit the like. I won't take up too much of your time this morning, but we got to talk about this shit. We're talking about the white genocide that's allegedly taking place in South Africa, creating a VIP lane for these white folks to come over here. It's insane. But the first clip I'm going to play is President Trump talking about all other immigrants, and we're going to compare his feelings to those folks compared to these white folks. And y'all going to see this. This is wild. Like his whole mindset is just, you know, we got a whole white supremacist running our country. Y'all will see this shit.
The world, they're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia.
Mexico sends its people. They're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
They don't speak the language. They don't have the culture. These are stone cold killers. They'll walk into your kitchen. They'll cut your throat. They're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats.
Haiti has a tremendous AIDS problem. Many of those people will probably have AIDS, and they're coming into our country.
They took the criminals out of Caracas and they put them along your border, and we have to live with these animals. Democrats say, please don't call them animals. They're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals. They're rough people. In many cases, from jails, prisons, from mental institutions, insane asylums. You know, insane asylum, that's Silence of the Lambs stuff. I told them not to let the Syrians in because we have no idea who they are. They could be ISIS, and they might not be, but they could be ISIS.
Why are you creating an expedited path into the country for Afrikaners but not others?
Because they're being killed. It's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me. All over the world.
Whether they're white or black, it makes no difference to me. I think it makes all the difference. We see who you're not letting in, Trump, and we see who you are letting in. This is insane. This is insane, right? The level of bullshit that's going on under this administration. You know, that's what they're doing. They're trying to create a pipeline for the people that they want over here and exclude the people that they don't. They got a place for niggas and a place for niggas that they don't want to come over here. That's this is as racist as I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? This is wild. This is wild. Now I have asked online, where is this white genocide at? I hadn't seen the shit, y'all. I've been looking for it. A white South African female told me that her dad lost a job for a whole year over there. And that's her definition of the white genocide. That's insane. For a whole year. That was quite unfortunate for that white man. Meanwhile, for generations, South Africans had to fight, scratch just to sit at the table to sign the application to apply for the damn job. This is insane. But these are the responses that you get from these white South Africans about coming over here. But we already know what time it is. It's a racist agenda for sure. But let me play another clip real quick. I'm gonna take this joint down, and I'm gonna find another one because these clips is crazy, man. So this clip right here is when they first came in and shit.
Welcome to the United States of America.
Now listen to listen to the words that he's talking about. You know what I mean? Like how he introduced these people into America and what he's saying to these group of people. These are the group of fucking Boers, the Dutch settlers that came into Africa. Okay, Africa was colonized by Dutch settlers, and they took over that area, and they still have economic swing in that area. But listen to what this white man said when he got hit. This is weird as shit.
It is such an honor for us to receive you here today. This is the land of the free. It makes me so happy to see you with our flag in your hands, and that flag symbolizes liberty for so many of us. Many of us, our families have had a journey not that different from the journey that you are embarking on today. Any adjustment in life, any change takes a while to get used to. But I want you all to know that you are really welcome here, and that we respect what you have had to deal with these last.
We respect what you had to deal with. Here comes the bullshit.
Few years. We respect the long tradition of your people, and
we respect the long tradition of your people. These are white Dutch settlers that came into South Africa and colonized it. That's where this whole apartheid shit came from. Dutch, the British, all of them came in it. We respect your history. This is what this white man is telling these group of white people that came into America. Peep game, man.
And what you have accomplished over the years.
And and what you accomplished over years. They're proud of the shit that they was doing over there. They're, you know, they looked up to that. Because you got to understand, South Africa was one of the last colonized areas. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit ended in the 90s. In the 90s. You know? And they're proud of the historical efforts that they tried to do over there. These white people.
And I am sure that you will be successful. It's, as you know, a lot of you, I think, are farmers, right? When you have quality seeds, you can put them in foreign soil and they will blossom, they will bloom. And we are excited to welcome you here to our country where we think you will bloom, and we will hopefully allow you to have fulfilling lives for your children, and then we will bloom and we will benefit alongside you.
Yeah, this is wild. Let me take that shit down. But you hear that shit? We are proud. We celebrate your accomplishments that you tried to do over there in South Africa, right? We respect your history, but we don't give a fuck about anybody else's. This is just blatantly racist to me. Do you smell what these crackers are stepping in? It's bullshit, right? And I don't hear nobody. Like, I don't hear no FBA niggas talking about this shit. I heard, shout out to the general last night. He had one of my videos up. Yeah, shout out to him. But I don't hear a lot of people on our side complaining about this shit. This shit directly and indirectly affects us. We had a lot of black farmers in this country that's going to be disenfranchised by these white South African farmers. Okay, sometimes we got to stop arguing with each other, fly the plane a little bit higher, and see the real bullshit that's going on right in front of our eyes. Now, one of these South Afrikaners was interviewed, and it was devastating to hear what he had to leave behind. You know, because when you think of a refugee, you think of a war zone area that they live in. You know what I'm saying? You think of famine, starvation, earthquakes, shit like that, right? Let's check to see this white man struggle.
A 5-bedroom house, my car behind, my dogs behind, my mother behind.
Whoa, 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 whoa. He left his 5-bedroom house behind. Listen to this shit. That was a struggle for this white man to do. So apparently he was doing all right over there. It wasn't enough for him, apparently. He had to leave all that behind. He said he left his 5-bedroom house behind, his car, his dog. I think he said his mom after all of that. He left her over there too.
There are voices out there, including the South African president, who has called you cowards.
Yeah.
You've got other Afrikaners who are saying that you're not refugees, you're opportunists, that you've abandoned the country. What would you say to those people?
I had to leave a 5-bedroom house, which I will lose now because I'm not going to pay for it. My car behind, my dogs behind, my mother behind. I didn't come here for fun, but my children are safe. If you're white, you're wrong in South Africa. You're a land.
If you're white, you're wrong. Mind you, 90% of these white crackers over there own everything. 90% of these white folks over there own everything. They're only maybe 7% of the populace that own everything. But it was such a struggle that he had to leave his 5-bed. Do you understand how much of a smack in the face this is to all black people everywhere? The audacity.
Thief, you are a racist. I had nothing to do with apartheid. Nothing, nothing, nothing.
He had nothing to do with apartheid. Apartheid ended in the 90s. So you are a beneficiary of the shit. That's why you and Elon, that's where all of this shit come from, by the way. Elon Musk, right, was a beneficiary of the apartheid system. His family directly benefited from that, right? And that's where this whole apartheid shit come from. Elon, which is another white South African, put the bug in Trump's ear. Hey, man, we got some white genocide going over there in South Africa, man. I need you to help my people out. A billionaire. Why don't you move them over there, Elon? Why the fuck we got to do it? Why the fuck we got to pay for it on our tax dollars? You got enough money, Elon, to get all these crackers straight, but you don't want to do that.
What was it like when you were greeted by the Trump administration?
Oh, it was overwhelming.
Look at this face. Look at him. Does he look like he's been struggling through anything? He don't look like he came from a war zone area. He don't look like he been starving. He look like he been eating good. He come from a 5-bedroom house that he's saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna leave that all. I'm gonna give it all up because that's not enough for him apparently over there. Well, I got to America struggle is different over here. Your 5-bedroom ain't much over here. The upper middle class over here versus over there hit different. So Trump is using y'all for a pawn, in my opinion. He's just using y'all. Y'all are like little chess pieces. But this is a political statement and a signal to all white people that America is a white-only country, ran by criminals, is a criminal enterprise country. That's where we're at right now. You know, this face, look at him. He's just glowing.
I didn't expect that because I thought we were going to be in a shuttle bus.
I thought that we was going to be. I don't even want to hear this shit no more. I'm done with you, little man. For real. Oh man, I can't stand this shit. And don't come over here talking that shit because we're going to tell you, we're going to have that same energy white people have towards immigrants. Speak English. If you come over here with that master servant attitude, you will get checked. I recommend all of them South Africans to take a look at those Montgomery Brawl footage just to get a clarity. We a different type of folks over here, man. It's weird. Now, y'all seen all of that. We seen the balloons, and we seen the welcome welcome white folks. We've seen that. We've seen so much hospitality to these folks. Let's just remind everybody, there was only 3 years ago that the Haitians had to run from their area because they was going through some devastation. And this is the contrast of how we treated them versus how these white folks got treated. Look at this shit.
No! Hey, you use your women? This is why your country, because you use your women for this. You go, that way.
You see the difference? Everybody see the difference? The lack of sympathy, the lack of compassion for these people. Those folks that was in that video was just feeding. They're trying to send food across the border. Food, shit you need. Food. Meanwhile, white people can leave their 5-bedroom house and have a better life over here in America. I'm out. I'm gonna start cussing in a minute. Peace to everybody. Shout out to the syndicate.